Hello everyone and welcome to another pick a card reading. For today we can choose from three different decks, all of which, at least according to my highly subjective opinion, depict the rather exotic side of tarot, and that is so very in tune with the Sagittarian energies ongoing right now. And this is also a theme, just a general guidance for the coming weeks. And of course your present situation. But in tune with the astrology, I would really like to explore, let's say, the Sagittarian side of all of this. So the big picture, the bigger goals, the bigger dreams, how far we can go. And of course, Sagittarius is also all about justice. So how or where does justice stand right now? So after you made your choice, I'm going to begin with the first deck. So again, this is the present situation and guidance for the coming weeks. So we have the Devil, and in a way that does not surprise me because Capricorn is heavily under pressure right now. And again, when I say Capricorn, I don't mean people with Capricorn sun sign or moon sign, or not even if you have a stellium in Capricorn, because this affects the larger expression of Capricorn. So the structure, the top. And of course, without a doubt, the Devil and also Capricorn simply mark the intensity of what we're going through right now, because this isn't just a period like any other. This is a period when whatever it is that we do, whatever it is that we feel, whatever we think, especially what we think, whatever we dream, whatever we focus upon, is a very important building block for the future. Much more important building block than even material stuff. Maybe just a few years ago, going back the past 20-year cycle, a Taurian cycle, so to speak, the Great Conjunction in 2000 happened in the sign of Taurus. The material element and the very linear way of taking things in any way, shape, and form was the right way to approach life and basically everything. After, 2020, this is where it's much more alternative, it's much more airy, and that means that Capricorn itself also has to bow, but not in an arrogant sense, to certain forces which could not touch it until now. No, if this would be a story, this is where, the three pigs with the wolf and the straw and the sticks and the brick, and ultimately the brick provided the safe ground, so to speak. But this is where not even brick is safe anymore. So that means that the mortar and everything that needs to build a brick house needs an extra consecration in order to provide that's total safety. So that's a new element to it. This is where even the story of the three piglets, and I'm so sorry the cards fell down, has kind of changed. That Pluto and Saturn and the other planets meeting in Capricorn have changed a lot. And then the meeting of Jupiter and Saturn at 0 degrees of Aquarius in December 2020, well, that also transformed everything. It expanded certain things and, of course, it contracted others. So let's see what this devil is all about. The Knight of Wands. The Knight of Swords. The Seven of Pentacles reversed. Knight of Pentacles. This is very, very, very insistent. Five of Cups reversed. This picture, well, the devil. This represents that you're in a cycle, as I said earlier, where things need to solidify, where certain things have to be locked in your mind, in your, all of these Knight of Wands, Knight of Swords. What was this? Knight of Pentacles reversed. Well, all of these knights represent our own inner dynamism, things where we want to make a great leap, or better said, have a galloping start forward, and other things which we need to overcome, like obstacles, like terrain which doesn't favor a gallop. But the Knight of Wands, the desire is there. Knight of Swords, the plan is there. Your mental sphere is animated. So I do believe that this devil represents that you're truly making up your mind. You're ready. But the Knight of Pentacles is reversed, so maybe the material elements of the story, of the bigger picture in your case, don't necessarily favor the advancement, the evolution. Then there is the Seven of Pentacles reversed. Financial situation is a little bit unstable. This is where the Seven of Pentacles reversed can represent a not so favorable harvest. Now, collectively speaking, because we had a lot of either droughts or floods and not so favorable weather, there was a lot of, not the happiest harvest season this year. But the karmic energies also depict whatever happened in nature. So for many of us, certain harvests were, let's say, spoiled by the unexpected, by the elements. But the Five of Cups reversed is also a really, really good sign, because it says that we should not be disappointed. We are not going to be disappointed. This is where the devil's energy is actually encouraged. You need to know what you want, and right now you need to stand up for it, fight for it. And if there is nothing else you can do right now, because the Knight of Pentacles and the Seven of Pentacles, either the material situation or a real life situation, for example a period, or the winter is here or something, does not permit this big leap or this move forward, even though internally you feel you're very, very ready. But you can focus on it psychologically. You can focus on it, with your inner power. Because this Five of Cups reversed, you won't be disappointed. Maybe you feel tired. Maybe you tried so much to focus internally, your energy, your emotions, and everything that you can, even your mind, to hold the thought, to hold the desire, to hold the plan. in the past, couple of months. Maybe in the year 2020 was a very relevant year for this, and it didn't really work out the way you planned, to be totally honest. So you might have felt that some of your truly channeled and crystallized efforts were not producing all that many effects, but we are living a different reality and different time now. So you won't be disappointed by the effort you put into this, regardless if it's physical effort, endurance, holding your ground for whatever you need to, working very, very hard, believing in yourself, not giving in to scarcity or whatever that means. King of Wands. I think this King of Wands is like a confirmation to what I said. Because that's what it means. Hold the fire, the passion, the ambition, determination. Do not give up. Six of Cups. The Six of Cups represents, a memory. What happened 6 years ago, or what happened, in a similar cycle in the past, when you did triumph, when your efforts did pay off. This reminds you of evoking memories where your efforts, as I said, did pay off handsomely. When doing the right thing, when being strong, when believing, when approaching everything optimistically, and many times despite reality, not favoring that at all, and it still turned out okay. This is the moment when those memories are gold, truly gold, because they help the mind. The mind needs evidence. The mind will not give its power that very quickly to something that it has no guarantee that it works. But when we tap into all those moments in life when it did work, those just make the mind more cooperative. So moments of remembrance and thanksgiving, really. We are in that period, aren't we? And amongst the thanks, do not forget to give gratitude to yourself for all the times you've chosen to be strong, for all the times when perhaps you sacrificed, when you did the right thing. We have here the Ten of Pentacles reversed and the Six of Swords. The Ten of Pentacles reversed is uprooting. Maybe it's just energy. Maybe for some people it depicts in the material situation. And not necessarily as a crisis. This is where nothing feels like home, nothing feels right, nothing is stable. Maybe you have no financial problems in your life really, but you just can't live like this. Maybe the material side of your life, and this can include everything, both that which you have and your lacks, your needs. And this isn't really money. This can be affection, for example. There you go. And Six of Swords, you're moving away from that. You're moving away from instability. It may feel a tiny bit unstable right now, but it's more like the memory, the fear of instability than really, because you're moving away from that. So do not let the material element of your story intimidate you or frighten you, because that will solve itself. So we have the Moon reversed and the Two of Pentacles reversed. Again, a confirmation. The fear of losing material stability, fear of, becoming vulnerable, homeless, disadvantaged, etc., etc. And this fear has also a tiny touch of pride to it as well. And the message is simple. Let go of those fears and replace them with hopes and see how truly far it can get you. Because as I said, you are determined. Seven of Cups reversed. It's okay if the big dream doesn't make perfect sense yet. It's okay if you don't even know what you want right now. Because that is not truly a dichotomy to what I said earlier, that you're determined inside of you. Because you can be very, very determined and have a plan simply to be okay, to make it, to get decent, whatever that means to you, but not exactly knowing what being okay means to you, and you're just going with the flow. So that is absolutely fine. If you don't know, it's not a problem. No. And in a sense, in a way, how few of us know under this. Sorry, one of the cards went into a really awkward place, so I have to do some gymnastics here. So under this Mercury retrograde in Gemini, how few of us actually know anything? No one knows really anything. We don't have it figured out. Really. So it's exactly the way it's supposed to be. So this Queen of Cups, exactly. It's okay. Because knowing what you want, knowing the dream, being in flow with yourself, with your desires, doesn't mean choosing from what already exists or copying other people. It rather means creating, for dreaming it up. And that means you need to allow yourself emotional, mental freedom. So if you're in a bit of stage of procrastination, it's really not a big deal because, as I said, the karmic waves are carrying you forward. So let the changes settle in. Nine of Pentacles, exactly. You'll be fine. You'll be fine. Just trust the feeling inside of you. Trust the feeling inside, your true hopes, the selfless hopes, not the scorpionic ones, of course. Those will not fail you. That's why you know that everything is gonna be okay. So this is the message for everyone who has chosen the first pile. I hope this was helpful. Thank you so much for listening, and until next time, bye for now. Hello everyone who has chosen this deck. So just like for the previous pile, I am just going to allow these cards to deliver their message. So the present situation, and perhaps guidance for the next few weeks. Eight of Pentacles reversed. Ooh. Two of Cups reversed. Four of Swords reversed. Six of Wands reversed. That's a lot of reversed cards. So that probably means that this Mars retrograde in Gemini really, really confused you, or it really worked you up big time. Eight of Cups, High Priestess, Three of Wands, And Two of Pentacles. This is so lovely. Well, Two of Cups reversed with Four of Swords reversed. This means that regardless of how your perhaps love life or social life is, you feel a little bit lonely. You're really, really not in the mood. How should I say? You don't feel deeply understood, but neither do you have the expectation because you partially don't understand yourself. So you know that you can't even expect anyone else to understand you. And this Four of Swords reverse, this is where you tried taking it easy, you tried perhaps resting and going with the flow, but maybe this not getting your emotions, your feelings, why you're feeling what you're feeling, and in a sense, why are you feeling so dual, as in almost like a bipolar episode, really, where there's a lot of dreaminess, creativity, beauty even, and more illusionary type of beauty, the Neptune really. But there's also sadness, it's almost like hope and despair would be a very strong word, so I would not like to use that. Hope and perhaps melancholy woven together in a very strange but beautiful state, but it's not getting you anywhere. The Eight of Pentacles reverse might represent, okay, but what about your work, or what about your progress really materially? And not necessarily like money and heavy money issues, but everyone needs to feel like they made a tiny progress, if you know what I mean. Maybe a small investment here and there, or anything that would make you feel a certain progress. Six of Wands reversed. Don't really feel, you kind of feel a bit lost. You don't know in which direction the boat is going. Because if emotionally it's out, and for some people, this might also be, if you are single, well, you really don't want to be single now. Maybe you're the proud and single kind of people who are usually very okay and prefer being single, but this is where something strikes and it's not okay. While for others, this Two of Cups, this is where, well, others can't really help you, really. They just get in the way more than anything. So I'm not sure which your situation is, but this Eight of Cups and High Priestess, this is where you really, really need to at least, figure your own psychology out. At least to get, a hold of what exactly is going on within you. And that means you truly, High Priestess, need to tap into spirituality. The dreams, the states, the moments of nostalgia, certain flashbacks perhaps. Your senses are very, very active and activated. So you know that this, whatever this is, this strange stagnation almost, but almost like you're in a bubble where time doesn't flow normally, if that even makes sense. You need to figure this out because there has to be a higher spiritual meaning to this. And the Three of Wands and the Two of Pentacles, well, this means that something is definitely coming. The Two of Pentacles, a new balance, a new stability. I wouldn't go as far as to say a new reality being lived, but perhaps a totally, totally fresh approach and a new perspective to everything. But the Three of Wands suggests, where is it coming from? Because it kind of comes from somewhere. Seven of Swords. Something, an opportunity perhaps, which circumstances hindered you from fructifying, or simply you did not trust yourself sufficiently in the past to take, or better said, some opportunities professionally or wherever, perhaps partnership, which perhaps for all of your life were not open to you because of some, either your own ideology or some setup in your life which terminated. So you're free from that. So maybe that is what you're going to open yourself up to, accepting opportunities which once were not acceptable, simply regardless of why. And maybe regardless of why, Five of Swords, down talking yourself always. Maybe a twisted modesty that you saw from your parents, or at school a boss, a teacher, something. And Queen of Wands, someone or something, or you down talk yourself always from believing that some opportunities can actually come to you as well, not just to others, not just to these people, those people. So you change the mindset. You how should I say this? Like when they cut out a tumor and burn out any reminiscence, like cauterized or whatever, of a faulty, a toxic, a self-defeating mindset, and that pays. That's why this doesn't make sense, because it shouldn't. Because you're not the old you, and you don't even know it, because if the negative mindset is not running, bit of a Stockholm syndrome. So if I'm not permanently in worries and thoughts and panic, I'm not good enough, I have that much free mental energy, so what do I do with it? So it's weird to you, in a sense. And again, the moon. So you need to, where your conscious doesn't know, your unconscious knows. Strength and the world. Moon, 3 major arcana. Dream it into reality. It's in your unconscious anyway, the High Priestess. So something comes into your life, because the doors are open, and it's just a matter of time. Before you, it couldn't. Something did happen in your life. 2 of Cups, a divorce, or all love that you lost. This can also be a religion, for example. I don't know. Anything that really, really bound you. A person. Your life changed. But time to dream it anew. Something's coming. Whatever you lost, maybe recently, 2 months ago, 2 years ago, whatever, 2022, that kept the gates closed. Now that reality has changed, different things come into your life karmically than what was, how should I say, usual to you. So yeah. So this is where hold, and let's see but it says the world card. It says everything. That past or that reality where things used to work out a certain not so favorable way for you is not there anymore. Justice and Ten of Pentacles reversed. Yeah. This is where shift of polarity. This is where, Ten of Pentacles. Time to, put your roots not down into the earth, but into the sky, into the air. The age of Aquarius, air. Justice belongs to those who are highly intelligent. So your intelligence ensures that everything is gonna be okay. So thank you so much for listening, and I do hope that you enjoyed this. Until next time, bye for now. Hello everyone who has chosen the 3rd deck. So as for the previous piles, we would just like to look at the present situation and perhaps what comes in the following weeks. The King of Wands reversed father here. Four of Wands, Four of Cups, Sun reversed, Three of Coins, Ace of Wands reversed. And I'm so sorry for being clumsy, but Gemini rules the hands, Mars retrograde. That's clumsiness. Five of Pentacles Cups reversed and Judgment. Well, so far the situation looks as such. You might be either an artist or in service. In service means, you know, whatever it is that you do, that you look after other people, either your job or, for example, your role like mom, dad, someone who has to be in service, basically. So maybe you're experiencing a moment of burnout, you know, the sun reversed. The creative center is blocked or drowned, Neptune. The father of Wands reversed, so again, the willpower, the divine masculine energies within you are not as potent as they should be, regardless of your gender, of course. Because, you know, it is the divine masculine energies that generate the desire to give oneself into creativity, regardless if that is the service that you do, the job. If you're an artist, then it's without a shadow of a doubt. For example, if you're like a chef, a cook, then you depend on this very much. So this is where, or for example, if you have the most important part of your life as a creative endeavor or a project that you're working on, you can imagine that it's going to be very important that you're stagnating there and not the other aspects and areas of your life which are going okay. Well, they won't matter as much because when there is a big love here, a big that comes from spirit, that comes from faith, that comes from the soul. So yeah, and Three of Pentacles with the Ace of Wands reversed, you don't know what to do. Because Three of Pentacles, maybe you need to work or you cannot just quit in that sense. But neither can you force your creative centers, your ingenuity, your ideas, your playfulness, your positivity. That which has gone a little bit stale in a way. As in, no, Four of Cups and Four of Wands, fire and water, they drown each other, steam. So mists of confusion, mists of, you know, and the Five of Pentacles and the Judgment. Cups reversed and the Judgment. Well, this is also very important because it tells you that it's absolutely fine to feel this way. It's absolutely fine. Because no sun can burn forever. No star burns continuously with the same intensity. Of course, there are moments when there are, let's say, reconfiguration moments. Reconfigure the route on the GPS, for example. That doesn't mean the journey's over, that doesn't mean anything. That just means that when things become stale, we need to, air them. We need to freshen them up. We need to reignite the flames. So the judgment, you must not basically look at whatever is happening to you in a wrong way. This isn't necessarily burnout. This might just be your being forcefully deciding to take a smaller pause. Creativity is sacred. We cannot make a factory out of ourselves, regardless of who it is that we are. For example, if even you're just a parent and you're providing care for your family and that is your service, well, you can imagine the love that you put into all of this. There will be moments when that wanes a little bit, when it's not as passionate and continuous as the family or whoever is beneficiary of this was used to it. But that is normal. That means that the family have to make the sun blaze more, because every situation has a remedy. But if there are some situations where you need to accept something, surrender to something, like I could do it this way, that way, and it was so very okay and fun and easy, but it doesn't work anymore, so I might have to choose a harder way, but, don't be disappointed. This is the message here. Don't judge it for what it's not. It's not as bad. Just the fire within you vent out a little bit because it's normal. And let's see what the cause of that is. Yeah. 7 of Swords reversed and 7 of Cups. Well, this means that you wanted so much authenticity that you went a little bit over the board. This is where you burned yourself out, but I'm not sure if you wanted to, if you were hell-bent to make your work or whatever it is that you lived as authentic as possible, but in a rather forced way, or that you overdid something brilliant, but you overdid it, as in, yeah. So what this means is, when you need to let things rest, you need to let things rest. Because, more opportunities, or, when things change, when feelings change, especially towards our productivity or what we are doing or what we are creating, that's absolutely fine, because that's how it evolves. When the spider loses part of the web, it's no problem at all, because maybe that is how the spider relocates to a more prosperous position, area, whatever. When fate, either internally or externally, kind of demolishes our webs, many times that's actually a gesture of good fortune. So we have to see the situations for what they truly are. Are we as disadvantaged as we might feel? Or are we fearing losing something that promises us power right now? Because if that is the case, then maybe it's good if we lose it. So what this says is, let's not fear this change. Let's not fear this transformation. The fire within us, the creativity, has tuned down, has died down a little bit for us to become aware of something, or perhaps everything, our whole situations, but without the heat of passion. We need to be cool right now to see, feel, observe things for what they truly are, as I said. That's why the flames of passion are not burning it. But that doesn't mean that you're burned out or that you have to abandon a job or make an extremely radical. Again, the sun reversed. So, if the sun reversed insists, then I also have to say this part of the message, that happiness is not optional. Happiness, joy, pleasures, affection, cuddles, hugs, appreciation from others, and you can probably put in the rest, because this list for some people is infinite. For other people, it's way too minimalistic, because balance means balance. So don't forget how very, very, very important happiness is. And I do believe that the cards confirm that this was the message that I had to, because the High Priestess popped out with the daughter of Princess of Pentacles. So yeah, happiness is a must. And sometimes not being happy is a very, very clear message that we need to allow things to flow, and then, when things settle down, happiness will mean something else for us, but it will be there. We must not grip onto happiness, the illusion of it, in order to preserve it. Happiness, just like love, is free. It needs to find its own form, really, and we need to embrace what it finds, even sometimes if we morally or in any other way we don't agree with it. Yet the feeling in our hearts that something or someone makes us feel a bit happy, that might come as a shock. And we must be in acceptance of it. We cannot allow, just our ideologies to take away our happiness. If something feels right and if it makes you truly happy, well, chances are it's okay to explore that domain. Now, of course, not if that is something incredibly evil or disruptive, like when it does harm to someone else and your freedom does harm to someone, not that, of course. But this is just you and your own value system. If something before was seen with not so favorable eyes, and you alluded that from even having a chance to offer you happiness, may this be a person, a situation, any kind of preference, now things might be also very different. And maybe that exploring what is so very different is the chapter of the coming weeks. That must be what ignites your sun back to shining. So thank you, Pile 3, and thank you everyone for listening. And again, the message is simple. Let's keep on dreaming and let's dream big. Thank you for being here. Until next time, bye for now.